If you want to live a happy life, staying healthy is a must have requirement. And today I'm going to talk about that little but important topic. I'm going to focus on four main problems, which is physical health, mental health, emotional health, and behavioral health. But first, I'll focus on physical health, and right now, I'll introduce you to some sports, games, or activities for different ages. For kids, I recommend sports and games which require enthusiasm in playing, like soccer, basketball, or volleyball. But this game should be performed in a less professional way, less intense, but more interesting, since it will be a very important factor in keeping the willingness of the kid to play again. And this is necessary because of the benefits it brings, such as the endurance and the stamina of the kid getting improved. I also recommend activities like aerobics and dancing, since it will also help making the kid improve, even if little, the endurance of the stamina, which is very important. For teenager and middle age, I suggest playing sports which requires intense training and focus. For example, basketball or soccer. This will help in increasing the strength needed in the age of teenager or middle age. Furthermore, it will increase the ability to focus on working. For women, I suggest taking small activities like dancing, aerobics, and yoga. In the old age, you are no longer suitable for intense activities, so a nice little jogging or cycling will do perfectly in keeping you healthy. You can also do yoga to keep your body fit and flexible. Because, as I said before, in this term of age, it is not necessary to push your body to the limit. Second of all, I recommend getting enough sleep, since there were several studies that scientists did in the early 2000s that looked at the effects of sleep deprivation. What the researchers conclude is that sleep has links to several brain functions, including concentration, productivity, cognition, and next, according to the National Sleep Foundation, or NSF for short, adequate sleep for adults is between 7 and 9 hours a night, and athletes may benefit from as many as 10 hours. Accordingly, sleep is as important to athletes as consuming enough calories and nutrients. One more of the reason for this requirement is that the body heals during sleep. Other benefits include better performance intensity, more energy, better coordination, faster speed, and better mental functioning, which means less stressful. Third of all, here comes an interesting relationship between heart diseases and sleeping. One risk factor for heart disease is high blood pressure. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC for short, getting adequate rest each night allows the body's blood pressure to regulate itself. Doing so can reduce the chances of sleep related conditions such as apnea and promote better overall heart health. Next, there's a link between getting adequate sleep and reducing inflammation in the body. By a study in the World Journal of Gastroenterology suggests a link between sleep deprivation and inflammatory. However, this is not yet proved, and I only name it here as a theory. The study showed that sleep deprivation can contribute to these diseases, and that these diseases in turn can contribute to sleep deprivation. And finally, sleep helps the body repair, regenerate, and recover. The immune system is no exception to this relationship. Some research shows how better sleep quality can help the body fight off infection. However, scientists still need to do further research into the exact mechanism of sleep in regards to its impact on the body's immune system. And sleep also boosts immunity, as what I have mentioned before. You can also take this as a conclusion. And everyone's experienced the fatigue, short temper, and lack of focus that often follow a poor night's sleep. Right now, I will talk about how sleep can reduce stress. It is said that an occasional night without sleep makes you feel tired, all things, and irritable the next day, but it won't harm your health. But after several sleepless nights, the mental effects become more serious. Your brain will fog, making it difficult to concentrate and make it decisions. You'll start to feel down and may fall asleep during the day. Your risk of injury and accidents at home, work, or on the road also increases. So you should find out how to tell your to try to drive. If they continue, lack of sleep can affect your overall health and make you prone to serious medical conditions such as obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Because of all the factors I have named up there, I would tell you how to catch up on your sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, there's only one way to compensate: getting more sleep. Well, this sounds simple, but it will not happen with a single every night, early night. If you had months of restricted sleep, you'll have to build up a significant sleep debt. So expect recovery to take several weeks. Starting on a weekend, try to add on an extra hour or two of sleep a night. The way to do this is to go to bed when you're tired and allow your body to wake you up in the morning, and no alarm clocks allowed. Expect to sleep for upward of 10 hours a night at first. After a while, the amount of time you sleep will gradually decrease to a normal level. And try not to rely on caffeine or energy drinks as a short-term pick-me-up, since they may boost your energy and concentration temporarily but can disrupt your sleep patterns even further in the long term. For better physical health, I also recommend eating healthy diets or balanced diet, whatever you call it. But both is understand that it is one that gives your body the nutrients it needs to function correctly. To get the proper nutrient from your diet, you should consume the majority of your daily calories in fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and lean protein. Skipping meal the proper way, also called intermittent fasting, can have incredible health benefits like weight loss, explained Dr. Brooke Alpert, RD, and author of the Diet Detox. But skipping a meal and intermittent fasting are two very different things. Skipping meals to deprive or punish yourself because you're too busy to eat is different from fasting to get craving under control and practice mindful eating. So in general, foregoing eating has negative consequences for your body. When people skip meals, they feel like they own something later in the day, so they tend to overeat at their next meal. Explained Dr. Bonnie Taldix, R&D, creator of BeBetterThanDieting.com and author of the book called Read It Before You Eat It. But if you split up your meals throughout the course of the day, your body is able to use those nutrients more efficiently, she added. Taldix likes to think of our body like a food processor. If you gradually add food to it, it will work well and do its job. But if you shove tons of food into it at once, say if you have skipped a meal and are ravenous, then it won't work as efficiently. Or in another word, for engineers, overload or overcharge. So to help your body function properly, be sure to enjoy a 3 balanced meals a day and grab a healthy snack when you're hungry between meals. If you start to hear a little rumble or lightning in your belly, that's a sure sign it's time to eat. And when you're starting to feel like you can't concentrate, start chewing something nutritious ASAP. Here is what differs healthy food from unhealthy food. Healthy food is rich in nutrients, it's fresh and unprocessed, it's limited in sugar and sodium, and it avoids saturated and trans fat, while unhealthy food have minimal nutrition value, heavy process of manufacture, high in sugar, sodium, and bad fats, and added artificial perseverance. So last but not least, to keep up with your healthy physical health, I recommend you keep up with your vaccination. So if you've seen a clinical in the past few months, you were only probably reminded to get a flu shot. you should be vaccinated against the flu every year because the viruses that cause influenza and the vaccines that protect you from those viruses, it changes from years to years, from year to year. There's more to say to staying current with your vaccination than that. For one thing, you cannot assume that the vaccines you receive as a child will protect you for the rest of your life. Some childhood immunization require a periodic booster shot. Work, travel, and changing personal circumstances can expose you to unusual infectious disease. In addition, overall immunity can fade with age, increasing your susceptibility to serious disease caused by common infection. But still, it is very important to keep up with your vaccination. Next, I'm going to talk about a very important part, which is mental health, because even if you have a nice body, great, and there's nothing to say about your physical health, mental can be broken very easily. One of these are stress, and I'll tell you right now what stress is and how to manage your stress, okay? So, according to scientists, stress is a feeling of being under abnormal pressure. This pressure can come from different aspects of your day to day life, such as increased workload, a transitional period, an argument you have with your family, or new and existing financial worries. You may find that it had a cumulative effect, with each stressor building on top of one another. So during this situation, you may feel threatened or upset, and your body might create a stress response. This can cause a variety of physical symptoms. It changes the way you behave and lead you to experience more intense emotions. Stress affects us in a number of ways, both physically and emotionally, and in varying intensities. So, I recommend a few ways to lower your stress here, which is to eat healthily and to be aware of smoking and drinking alcohol. I mean,